May not be the sort of big finisher that we see from some of the other items, you know, rocket lance, axe, hammer, etc. But it's still just such a good opener as well. I think it definitely has a place to stay here in twos, but we don't have time to talk about that. We're getting right into the match already, scrapping it in the center stage here.
And look, we talked about the gauntlets making an appearance. It wasn't actually on anybody on blue team. It's Pavelski himself instead. Wushang in hands, gauntlets quite literally the gigantic hands themselves. But look at the defense for the Olgrim and Baraza pick. Both those legends have very high defense, but they're not really faring that well in the beginning here. But a lot of that has to do with this quick movement coming out from red team. Great recovery comes down for Pavelski immediately into the round, and now Djessir loses that first stock, and MounirKO soon to follow.
Oh my goodness, the pressure too from red team. Good stuff. Trying to get out of that situation. Blue team trying to force the issue here. Bartu took a lot of damage early, finally finally unable to hold on to the stock though. Keeping it pretty close right now, but this is a big spot for red team here, fighting back for that center stage huge hit.
Oh, Pavelski! Pavelski! Literally bottom soles of their foot, touching the blast zone below. Somehow recovers without even a weapon all the way back onto stage. Really impressive through and through, and yet through all of that up until the very end, he wasn't even backing out of the battle. He wasn't putting all that pressure on the Bartu. They were playing together, and now recovery goes through. Djessir back into the sky. Bartu throws the weapon, stops DJ right in their tracks, and the cannons back out. Wow, that's a really good nair, and it sends MounirKO into the skies, going back down only now with one less stock.
Such a great pickup there. It looked like a stray hit almost, but really good stuff. 2v1 situation yet again. I love the movement there from Pavelski, and oh my goodness, the follow-ups too.
Oh, lordy. Oh, wow. MounirKO, a good setup.
Unbelievable, like 10 seconds of brawl right there.
I don't know about you, but I think all of this is pretty unbelievable. Like,
yeah.
I really, the cool thing about 2v2s is like the play-by-play itself, like the micro strategies are important, but not as important for 1v1s. It's almost like you have to treat both these teams as one gigantic player each. I don't, it's almost like a transformer, and like, how do you build yourself to be greater than the sum of your parts, to be this gigantic machine? Take down another machine. And Bartu right now, one of the arms of that machine, sends DJ high into the sky. Luckily though, does make that recovery back down. DJ nearly good to collapse against attacks on both Pavelski and Bartu. Wasn't enough to do real long-standing damage. Weapon throw not once but twice is out, and now last stock. Teammate now gone for game number one. Pavelski's there for the setup and knocks them down. Game number one handedly in red team's control.
Yeah, Pavelski had that whole route scouted out, just so patient, waiting for the recovery to come through. Taking that first game, and like you said, a well-oiled machine. Red team looking so great in those moments where it mattered the most. Obviously, the scrambles got a little hectic, but red team put it together and capitalized in such pivotal moments.
I would love to hear what the communication for pro players in 2v2s is like, because we saw the setup from Pavelski at the end of that last game, and then Bartu, once we saw DJ offstage, went for a double weapon throw, trying to just have that extra coverage. So I want to know if that was Pavelski's call, if that was just intrinsic game sense coming up from Bartu, or maybe a sense of both. Who knows? But we are going into game number 2 now. This is Demon, and this will be a lot more of a benefit, I feel, for the blue team to have those setups again. DJ's back up into the air. MounirKO with the blasters hasn't quite found a setup just yet. As I say that though, good down air does apply a little bit of damage on the Bartu, but I think what we see here is huge off-game potential. Really good. That was not twice, 3 times over. Pavelski the first to lose their stock.
Yeah, Pavelski on the back foot for most of that stock. First unable to find a weapon, and then unable to find any openings. Gotta rub the sleep out of your eyes. This is a top 8 qualifier, you know?
True.
Very
true. And now Bartu still holding on to that first stock. Really being the mainstay to keep things competitive for red team right now. Djessir though is so far off stage that there's no chance of a recovery. So now the onus is on Bartu and MounirKO to hold on tight. Pavelski high up into the sky, has not been able to handle the second stock too well. Already deep orange, make that deep red now on that second stock. Bartu has yet to lose their first. Luckily does advantage to avoid the dare, but not the second one. Pavelski down below in the blast zone. Avoids everything except another down air, but there's no chance of recovery this time around. Now, Pavelski.
Monir's the MVP of the last 30 seconds, going absolutely wild on the right side of the stage. Unbelievable. And it doesn't stop.
Yeah, they hold on to that first stock so well, and they're continuing to do so. And they're not backing away either. They're not letting DJ take the brunt of the damage. They're high in the middle of all of this battle. A great sider in Pavelski. That was nearly a confirmation for their final stock.
Unbelievable stuff. I don't know what got into Monir in between these two games, but I'm a fan. Playing absolutely wild right now. It's so aggressive, and the follow-ups are just always hitting so far.
Yeah, what a great mental reset for blue team going into game number 2. But Pavelski's gone. Everybody else this game, as I was about to caster's curse, have been able to keep it competitive on their second stock. Not so much the case anymore for bartu, but now they're in a tricky spot. Blasters and Axe in a 1v2. Already in a single combo, pretty much a single hit away from losing this final stock and bringing us to game number 3. And there we go, a grid side air there. But I gotta say, a little underwhelming of a performance. Game 2 from Pavelski. Really impressed with Monir, like you said. And I want to see what the Blasters can bring out on a higher stage platform in game number 3.
Yeah, I definitely think we need to take a breather for red team. Look at that stage list. Pick one of those higher platform stages like you mentioned and just go at it again with a total new perspective, because that game 2 is not what the red team fans were looking for. It was looking rough, and honestly, even from the start, it was not looking great, and it only got worse somehow, but that's why we have a set. That's why it's a best of 5 here in the elimination bracket. We have plenty of time to adjust, and I want to see some of those adjustments going into this one.
I will say, I think Miami here does benefit red team a lot, because again, you have Pavelski on the gauntlets, you have the cannon potential from bartu, you pretty much have anti-air, you have anti-ground control already from both those weapons alone, and because there's such a precedent to bring people off stage so quickly in 2v2s, the cannon's only going to benefit from there. Monir, though, does have those blasters, and those have been so good about that control, and we're seeing that right now against Pavelski. They do lose the blasters, though, from the recovery of Pavelski. A great setup from Pavelski. Does eliminate DJ's first stock, but it doesn't end there. Now it's that offstage potential once more. Monir back onto the stage, axe in hand. And it's a bit of a reset here.
Yeah, okay. Definitely a big reset, too. Pavelski taking the other first stock from blue team. Just looking a lot more comfortable coming into this third game. Those follow-ups, too, have been fantastic.
Absolutely.
Can't speak to it enough. Big opportunity here for blue team, though. Pavelski recovering, but not too bad.
No,
hoping for the 2v1, but you know, Monir said, "Don't worry about it. I got it. I got it handled. I'll take that stock 2 apiece all across the board."
And
very good.
It's almost like that first stock never happened. Outside of Monir now on their final stock, but it was a really good reset from everybody on the stage. But now there's a big deficit for blue team, and again, a stage where everything is much smaller, more condensed. Besides the recovery, that's really the only thing Monir can hope for. Chipping away the damage of red team is easier said than done when red team can just bounce around everywhere they want, and they can just go for these really fast, interactions. But right now, we're gonna be seeing this again. The reset comes through. DJ so close to losing that second stock, and Monir, much worse for wear, nearly losing that final stock too. They're off stage. Pavelski's there for the ground pound. Monir just barely surviving, but no, it's up to the onus of DJ.
Yeah, that was definitely the pivotal moment there. If Monir made it back, it would be fine. I would even probably give it to blue team to be the favorite, but right now, I have been called an optimist plenty of times before, but taking red team's walking away with this one. We'll see how it goes.
I mean, look, it's, 1 stock to 3 stocks, but we have seen miracle runs before. But when you're up against the likes of Pavelski and bartu, and this is some of the best, I think, team synergy we've seen, at least in our block, I'd even say today on the side stream. I
agree.
It's not going to be that easy, but there is at least breathing room now. Pavelski does lose that second stock, and DJ didn't find the opportunity to find any damage at all against bartu, and I think the strategy there was really smart from bartu. Rather than engaging against DJ in that final 1v1, bartu chose to just play pure evasion. Just wait for Pavelski to get back onto the stage, not risk anything, and that helps secure another win for red team.
Definitely a little more like game one, and red team is still looking pretty comfortable. There were some moments in that last game where I saw Miami Dome work out for blue team, and I think blue team saw it too. We're going to run it right back and hope for a slight change of pace, and maybe just a couple of those pivotal moments we talked about go blue team's way, and we'll move on to game 5. But I know that Bartu and Pavelski do not want to play any more games after this one. They're going to try and seal the deal right here in game 4.
Absolutely. And going off your original point, I do agree that there was a lot of potential here for blue team, but the blasters weren't really finding a lot of impact from Mounir. So to swap over now to the Bryn, where you have instead of blasters a spear, this is really good for coverage. And you're kind of almost taking the same beats as Pavelski. A lot of great offstage ground pounds from that spear, made a lot of impact.
Ooh.
The double-sider comes through, and Pavelski loses that first stock. Mounir's on a heater, a double KO! This is such a good legend swap.
Mounir got hit by that ground pound last game and was like, no more.
Yep, exactly. That's probably the exact line of thinking that's going through their heads right now. I love this change to the Bryn.
Yeah, it's been huge so far. Loving the spear option, but Bartu said, hold on. Don't forget about those first and third games. We are red team. We are Bartu, we're Pavelski. We got something to say about it. Fighting back, though, Bryn looking pretty good right here in the 2v1.
Pavelski's a little bit worse for wear right now. That single interaction high into the sky, every single hit against Pavelski sends him down to that final stock. And now that the stocks are very, very well, almost varied, it makes me wonder, AG, if we do go to a game 5, do you think we'll see any legend swaps from anybody but Mounir?
I don't know. I think everyone else feels pretty comfortable. It really is still pretty close. And they're still playing with the conviction. I don't think there's any sort of doubt in the gameplay. I think we'll just see them try to tighten it up and try and work on these team conversions a little bit more. But right now, it's still pretty even. It's going to be the story of, red team stocks here. Bartu can hold on if Pavelski can hold on. So far, Bartu going down. It's going to be tough.
That's right, a big mountain to climb, but I've seen some of the best hikers here do it, and it looks like blue team they're well prepared for the trail. Pavelski deep orange on this final stock though. Again, for red team, if they don't want to lose these next 2 stocks, they don't want to go to a game number 5, but now it's up to Bartu. The deciding factor if we go to a game 5 or not. Bartu, well, didn't really get much of a say in the matter. 2 stocks left, essentially for everybody left, and I was gonna say, the one choice I wasn't sure about going to this final game was if we were going to see DJ continue on with the Macho Man pick, but we do see locking in. No legend swaps were made, but I gotta say, AG, I love this Bryn swap. This was such a pivotal change for blue team, and right now this set could be anybody's game.
Yeah, I don't even think it was... I mean, we saw a couple of good pickups with the Bryn, with the spear, but I think it may have just also been the mentality coming into the game with a fresh mindset and just immediately out of the gate with the back-to-back side airs, the double KO to start it off. It just changed the whole entire pace of the set, and I think that's exactly what blue team was looking for, and I think they want to bring it all the way into top 8, which they're going to try to do here, but red team's got to fight back. Give me a little more of that first and third game, red team, and maybe we'll see. I don't know. It's anyone's game right now. Anyone's set for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And going off your original point, the spear only had 37% of impact in that last game. So it wasn't the overarching factor, but I think it added enough conditioning against red team to have a lot of factors in the beginning work well in their favor. But DJ overextending off the back of the stage. It's up to Pavelski. He's chasing him down, but no one's able to find that final first stock. It's DJ off stage, and now Pavelski with the setup, the ground pound is there. From the down air! No, I'm sorry, the recovery, it sends Pavelski away.
Unbelievable reversal. Neither stock from blue team. In fact, Pavelski going down, Bartu going down. Finally, some room to breathe for red team, but oh my goodness. Mounir got a new fan today, and it's me.
A big fan all around now. Excuse me, cannon goes high into the sky, and Pavelski. It's a common trend. Blue team has been targeting Pavelski at the beginning of each of these stocks, and now look where he's at. Deep red on the second stock here, and this is game 5. There's no more buffer room now for the red team. Pavelski needs to play a little bit more of a quieter game if they want to be able to survive. Good dodge, though.